1-on-1 fabric, different kind of cloth. Cut out the wins, remember the loss. Hair on your face, don't make you a boss. Seen the bounce back, show you the ropes. No little spinners got me in the door. I like.
You say you from Vegas.
You know where I'm from. You know what I
your
do.
backyard.
What's in my backyard?
That's
You
not your backyard.
heard me clearly.
That's not your backyard.
You heard me clearly.
I know where you from. I know where you from.
Exactly.
I know where you from. You know where I'm from. I claim Philly. I rep Philly everywhere I go.
I know you do. I know you do. You ain't been nowhere else. You ain't been nowhere else.
Mansion in Miami, baby.
You ain't been nowhere else.
I got a mansion.
You went to Puerto Rico. They said go home.
Now Puerto Rico.
Went to Puerto Rico. They said go home.
We go neutral. We go there. Vegas or New York.
Then when I stop, they'll say too small.
Hey, so when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak.
On my mic.
And he stayed there
on my mic.
147.
You will not stop.
Too long.
You will not stop.
Okay.
Crazy. Curses you smoking off. Ask the man who the hardest been hit by.
Hey, look, every person that you name, ask him what I done did.
Ask me who the hardest been hit by.
It don't matter. If you drop him and I drop him, what that mean?
Hey, it's your guy Famus. Hey, welcome back to the channel, family. If you new, just do me a favor, throw that straight right down the pipe. Make sure you hit that like button and share this with a friend of 5, because we're talking boxing. We're gonna keep it boxing. And if you new to the channel, once again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Turn on that bell notification like we hitting the bell before you about to start the round. Round 1, let's go. December 5th is right around the corner, man. It is Monday, and we are in fight weekend. We are on the last day and stages of the time where we need to be, and that's champion versus the challenger, comeback versus comeback, on the line versus on the line. Who has the most to win? Who has the most to lose? Who has the most to gain? Errol Spence says if Danny Garcia loses, he goes by the wayside. Danny Garcia says that he's not the truth, that Danny Garcia is the truth. So we got some bit of war words, not too much fight camp or training camp footage that was released, but what we got was cool. The build up to the fights are not what they used to be, and we all know why. But other than that, man, you know, I don't want to get too ahead of myself of the task at hand. But let's just say if both guys are victorious, is any of these guys in a rush or going to be able to or willing to make the fight with the guy who's been making noise and that everybody say he has not a good resume at 147, Terrence Crawford? You know what I'm saying? Is Danny Garcia or Errol Spence going to get in the ring with Crawford? And even if Crawford, is Crawford even going to get in the ring with either Errol Spence or Danny Garcia winner? You know, everybody wants to know, is any of these guys going to face Crawford next? And the guy that's just sitting back at home and maybe playing peekaboo or whatever the case may be is Manny Pacquiao. If you ask Danny Garcia if he wins who he wants to fight, he says Pacquiao. If you ask Terrence Crawford who he wants next, he says Pacquiao. If you ask Errol Spence who they want next, they say Pacquiao. If you ask Keith Thurman who he wants next, he says Pacquiao. If you ask him, Mikey Garcia, he said that him and Pacquiao had a fight lined up next. So the real guy at the 147-pound division, as long as he has a championship title, the guy of the division is Manny Pacquiao, based on accomplishments. And we're going to keep the task at hand, but who really wants to fight each other next, or do they want Pacquiao? You know, the missing link, the guy that's just sitting back and, observing and doing his duties for his country in the Philippines and whatever he's doing. This is what's been going on. So, are we judging the character by 60-40 split? Or who's the A-side, B-side, which means nothing to the fight fans who just like to talk about A-side, B-side. There's always been A-side, B-side. The money split that has nothing to do with you. You're watching the fight. That's it. And if you bet, whoever wins is who you put your money on. Whoever you put your money on, that's... Other than that, we're really seeing the true colors of these guys, And the true colors of these guys have nothing to do with you specifically. Is if they get in the ring, they get in the ring. There's rumors Crawford may be facing Virgil Ortiz. Just rumors. And how I feel about it, if nobody from the PBC gets their hands on Crawford and he faces Virgil Ortiz, it is what it is. If Spence is to beat Danny Garcia and he faces your Danis Ugas or whoever, it is what it is. Danny Garcia wins the title and he faces somebody like Ugas, it is what it is. So for me, I'm taking this with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care who faces who next, because this is not a sport where you get what you want, you get what they give you. Unless the people demand it, and unless people get on boxing terms and stop saying the 60-40 and whatever the case may be, and not promote or not even pay attention. But that's too hard for a lot of people. A lot of people, if it's there, they like to take. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no self-control to say, you know what? We're not going to watch this fight or this fight until you give us this fight. And we're not going to care about the 60-40 split and Bob Arum and the contracts. That's where y'all see people get lost in translation when they talk about white and black and not just the contracts, but, skin color and all this kind of So, man, oh man, is the winner of any of these fights willing to face each other next? Or is Pacquiao the man at 147 pounds? Whether you think he's old or not, your opinion doesn't really count right now. It's just the truth. Ask these guys who they want next. They're going to say a Pacquiao fight. And I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Everything is still a sport. So where's my sportsmanship award? And just like that, Famus is